board, and our NPCs, at any time, I can run to see any calls that are pending or information that's available. So people will call in, somebody will call in and say, hey, I'm a private investigator, and I'm going to be in this particular area. Well, this is the car I'm in. This is what I'm going to be doing there. Here's my phone number. You could call in and say, hey, I'm on my property. I'm going to be doing some traffic shooting for the next 2 or 3 hours. Here's how to reach me if there's a problem or issue.
So is that 311?
Yeah, and then they would just create that information and put it so that units that were in service at that particular time had that information. Perfectly. I'll come back to you just now.
The plot cameras that you mentioned, is that the sheriff's department that installs and monitors them?
We work with a vendor. The vendor's called Flock.
Right.
And we contract with them, and they actually have their technicians and stuff to come out and install all of them.
And who monitors them to make sure that they don't get stolen or vandalized?
We do along with Flock.
Because you got two of them were turned around, and one of them still there.
Well, just like they were talking, somebody was mentioning earlier about this gentleman was talking about the highway sign that disappeared. We had a rash of, and it's a criminal element. They understand what it is, and so they were running them over with the pickup trucks. And then we come out, and we repair them, and we put them back up. And so it'll be a kind of hot game, and we try and figure out what they are.
You need to explain to people now what they are, because a lot of people on my site say, oh, they're there to give us speeding tickets.
No. So is everybody familiar with, everybody who's not familiar with the ALPR, automated license plate readers? So all they are is they're cameras, just so that we're clear. They're not used for surveillance, they're not used to surveil people, they're not used to track. They are cameras that are set up to capture the rear of the vehicle as it passes the camera. It doesn't take a photo of anybody inside the vehicle. So there's no picture. So the images that are being captured is just the back of the car, right? And typically with the license plate. And it's constantly, every car that drives past it is capturing the plate, and that information is obviously held in the database. And then we, as law enforcement, have the ability to put vehicle information in there, license plate information, and search it across every single camera that is deployed. And at this point, and not just our agency, police departments all over Southern California, there are literally thousands of these cameras. Now what it's doing when you drive by is it's taking a picture of that license plate, and in real time, it's comparing it to all the different information that has been inputted into that database to say, we are looking for this vehicle for this reason. And when it drives past one of those cameras, everybody gets an alert. It'll come to your phone, it'll say, hey, block alert, this vehicle traveling northbound Cactus Valley, whatever, passed through that camera 2 minutes ago. And then it'll give us all the information about what that vehicle is wanted for. And it could be something as it was used in an armed robbery in Los Angeles. You would be surprised at how many people we arrest out here from other neighboring jurisdictions who are traveling through it, right? And their plates have been entered associated with those crimes. So that's right at 4. And then what's the retention? It's 30 days.
30 days. It keeps the pictures that we can access for 30 days. We'll get stolen vehicle, notification, missing persons. We take a missing persons in there. We believe they're in the vehicle with the Amherst database. Stolen vehicle database are used like a robbery or that type of crime. We'll get a notification and it'll give us the direction to travel on the street for us so we can try to catch up.
Yeah, the vehicles that have been associated with like serious crimes, whether it's like you see cars, like we have the roaming gangs of people who go into like an Ulta or some other retail store and steal $1,000 and stuff and then run out, and they just kind of make the circuit and we finally get a license plate on them and they go through our area and out of it, we're able to take them into custody. So it's a very valuable tool. And it is, like I said, it's a very robust assessment that works very, very well.
But do you know when they're not working?
We do, because the vendor is constantly monitoring that, and when they go offline, they get an alert on that, and then we will dispatch somebody out there. As we come back over here, it's a phone system. Go ahead, sir.
No, my main question was about the cameras, because I see them around, and I see them pushed over or turned around, and everyone's telling me, oh, that's for speeding and stuff. So I wanna know how it works. That's good, the other one is just because of the shooting thing, because I shoot in my backyard, I have a target range over there. Is that legal down there?
I think it depends. Depends on, you know, the setup and how far out you are, how close you are to neighbors and whatnot.
I'm not 20.
There's a Riverside County ordinance that, controls that. I remember the yardage, it's either 300 or 500 yards, you have to be from your 300 yards, from your neighbor's, building or structure, either occupied or unoccupied, unless you have written consent from your neighbors.
Right.
And, a lot of good neighbors just communicate on that.
Yeah, that's how I'm able to.
It doesn't mean that we may not come out and make sure that you're shooting in a safe direction and have a conversation with you. If your neighbors do call, but like the gentleman asked, call and just let us know. It happens quite often. We'll get a call and it'll be on our computer screen. It'll say, this person is target shooting from these hours at this address. If you get any calls or have any questions, this is this person's phone number. So, not a bad idea.
No, I think that's a great suggestion, that 311.
Well, yeah, and talk to your neighbors. So
Yeah.
that's all right. Maybe-
Oh, then, we all shoot together.
Invite us over for a barbecue.
Barbecue, minus the beer. So your question?
Yeah, is that, the cameras, does that include stolen vehicles? Can you take it, if somebody reports a stolen vehicle, is that?
100%. In fact, that's probably the bread and butter of that system.
Okay.
Is that we pick off stolen vehicles all the time.
I was wondering how you picked up my neighbor that got the bobcat in the backyard.
Even the helicopter flying over, they'll pick up cars and run places, and then, or they'll pick up pockets. But yeah, that's generally speaking the bulk of what we're getting, but not exclusively. Who is that?
Just a question.
I have a question, like, I live off of Tripod, and the John Sand down there.
I know the answer.
Did anything come of that girl that got shot and killed from that house down there?
That's actually on that side of the street is the southwest, jurisdiction. I know of the case, but I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah.
I believe, yeah, so anytime we have a homicide, we have, investigators, obviously, every single sheriff station across county has investigators stationed there, but we have a central homicide unit. And so when we have a homicide, they respond out, and they will take the primary over that particular case. I read recently that an arrest was made in that case, but I don't know what
It's just nuts.
Yeah.
They're nuts. Whatever they get.
Yeah, I think that was and please don't hold my feet to the fire, but I believe that was a domestic violence related kind of situation.
Just the whole thing, that whole place right down there is just foolish.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, he's going, I don't see you, I see you way too often. You know what I mean?
Running down the road down to their house, they do the math and whether they do and.
Well, like I said, the reality is that, you know, there's a certain percentage of segment of our society who are just a mess, right? They just cannot live their life day to day without having some sort of problem. It's alcohol dependency, it's drug dependency, it's, you know, just general neglect. I mean, these are people, and I don't get any satisfaction saying this is the reality, is that these are just lost people, right? And unfortunately, they cannot manage their lives. Their day-to-day existence requires intervention from some government entity, whether it's law enforcement or fire or social services, because they just cannot get their acts together, and that's just the reality. Yes, sir.
So, I don't know if these cameras are possible, I never really paid attention to them. But knowing this great state, do you guys, does that company have to post a sign saying that this machine is here for traffic purposes, or can it?
No,
I
because
don't even know what they look like.
Yeah, because we're not taking it, there's no like.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, it's
Somebody's
not like
always
a,
watching.
It's not a cloud.
right, a lot of cities have gone to and then went away from the traffic cameras, right, that are that are specifically taking pictures of the inside of the car. Their design and their sole function is to be able to capture you driving 5 miles an hour over the speed limit or whatever the case may be, and get it in the mail. This is not.
So what, and I'm sorry for asking the question. What constitute where you guys put these cameras?
Well, we basically, since we're paying for them, we.
No, but I mean, it's
Oh, high traffic areas.
high traffic.
Yeah, 100%.
In and out of areas, in and out of towns or communities.
Okay.
Someone sees.
When I was, when I was before I got promoted, I was lieutenant at the Southwest Station, and when we were going to adopt these, the vendor came and said, hey, you have X number of cameras. We took a big map of the city, and we rolled it out on the table, and we said, okay, we got X number of cameras. Where are they going to be the most effective? And then we just identified primary ingress and egress into the city, and then told the vendor we want them here, 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 and here. In the city environment, it's a little bit better because they can be hardwired and they're along other light standards and things like that, so they're not subject to the same type of vandalism that we see out here. When we get out into the more rural communities, they stick out like a sore thumb and then they become targeted, and that's what we're experiencing. But as soon as we become aware that they're not working correctly, we come back out with the vendor, and we are working with them to try and come up with something that's a little more robust to house them, but we're also required to comply with Caltrans, to put certain restrictions and limitations on what we can install these cameras.
Caltrans regulates like the force it takes to bend them over, and there's all kinds of regulations put inside them.
What's the cost of those things each?
Gosh, I
I
can't.
didn't ask that easy.
I'm curious, because I see them knocked over, I've seen them cut down, and, you know,
Super expensive, but they're not cheap.
yeah.
When it comes to the solar panels itself.
Probably a couple thousand, 3,000.
And I will say this, I will add this, I don't know if Melissa's still here from Supervisor Washington, actually, to his credit, he had some extra funding that was available in his discretionary budget in last fiscal, and actually purchased additional cameras specifically for these communities out here. Because we were running short out here, and he purchased them, didn't have to. He asked us if we needed them, and said, I need them. And then his staff worked, and we pushed that through. We were able to add like an additional like 30 or 35 cameras to the rural community.
They're incredible for finding us. All day long, we're getting notifications of, and if, you know, we share a radio with kind of a large area, but all day long, we're getting notifications of stolen vehicles, missing persons, or patterns of vehicles that we're looking for that are, we believe, are involved in crime. So they solve a lot of that. Or aiding solving a lot of crime. They're finding them better.
And we are able to, we aren't limited to just running the license plate, right? So I don't have to think, this is why I mentioned earlier to you, sir, a description, as descriptive as you can be, is helpful, because we can query that system in many different ways. So, if all you got was an old pickup truck, a Chevy, and the front fender was white, and the rest of the truck was blue, okay, that's great, give me that information.
You know how they camouflage the antennas for the cell phones? Why don't they try to do something like that so it's
Maybe
camouflage?
like a big pine tree or something?
Yeah! Hey!
Oh, you got your new business.
Some protective equipment that, you know, camouflages it so they don't actually realize that's what shooting a picture.
Can you,
Hey, I have a non-camera related question.
Okay.
We have, some people that come and walk on our private road, and I've called multiple times. It's probably, most of the things that make those same people that, you know, who drive down the street from Wallace, that put like RVs on our trail and along our private road. I've called multiple times when these things happen, and the non-emergency sheriff line basically says, the private road is not kind of making, we can't do anything. Like, what advice do you guys have, especially, there's been times when, like, I've had to go to the airport to get my son, I can't get by, and, like,
They just pull across the entire.
They stuck up in the middle. We made